Hey, this is Carrie from Wrap Your Head Around the Silks. This is the Expecting Aerialist podcast, now part of the Digitint family of podcasts. How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for being here. Before we get started, if you check the show notes, really excited teacher training. Check that out if you are interested. I'm going to do it in person in Los Angeles. And today we have Tania Holt. She is one of my closest, dearest friends here in LA. And she is a freelance aerialist. She's been working for over 20 years. She's currently performing the amazing aerial acts with Carrie Underwood in her residency in Las Vegas. You can get tickets for that in June is when they start back up again. They do months on, months off. And, you know, she's a freelance queen. So she has done everything from hanging on umbrellas for Taylor Swift, being a mermaid for Disney's Little Mermaid, perform for clubs and churches and corporate events and hiring and choreographing for productions. She does it all. Industrials as well. Anything that comes to mind, she does it. And so grateful to have her as a dear friend of mine. Our kids play together. And can't wait for you guys to meet Tania. All right, guys, let's get started. Yeah, so for my audience, this is Tania Holt. So she's an amazing aerialist. She's LA based, but I love all of my guests, but she is one of my actual, like, in life, very, very good friends. Uh-huh. And I had put out a brand new, fresh invite to all of my very close girlfriends to come on the podcast this year because life has been really crazy. We all had kids almost exactly like bam, 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 bam. Mm-hmm. So Tanya's son is now 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then closely after is Sita and Rachel, who have 3.5-year-olds. And then I have a 3-year-old. And then who's next? Zari, and then Mila, and they're around 2. Mm-hmm. So we went bam, 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 bam.
I know. And didn't it feel like everybody was so far apart? Like it felt like years.
It did.
Years apart, and now they're all so close in age.
It did, because what that meant was like Rachel and me and Sita were pregnant, like overlapping, but Sarah and Leslie were pregnant after us. Yeah. And you were like, when you were pregnant, we were all single. I mean, not single,
right?
Single in the, we didn't have an appendage of a child. So when you were pregnant, we kind of had this luxury of doing a baby shower.
Right.
Yeah. For just you.
Yeah. That wild baby shower in Las Vegas where we went to go see Magic Mike and I got grinded on. Fully pregnant.
We went to see Magic Mike when she was about 7.5 months pregnant, and that was a lovely time.
It really was. We had such a great time.
I drank for you.
You did.
I said to myself, what would Tania drink? What amount would she drink if she could? And then I drank that as well as what I was drinking for myself.
Thank you, Care.
It was for you.
I really appreciate you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So we had kids, bam, 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 bam. And so when I first started this podcast, it was just overwhelming for everybody. So Rach came on, but she's got more than one reason. She's got her business to talk about. But for the other ladies who are just kind of doing it for leisure, it was let me just do it later. So we're going to have more of them on here. We get to learn.
Yeah.
From their experience. Tania, can you just introduce yourself, where you're from, a little bit about your family, and then I want to dive into your early career and how you started.
Okay. Let's see. I'm totally a Cali girl, born in Palm Springs, did the whole living in the Inland Empire growing up. Super exciting. And I grew up as a dancer. So I did my first dance gig, starting working at Disney when I was 18. So I did the whole dancing at Disney and doing face characters and that whole jam early on. And then while I was there is when I started getting into Ariel. I also feel like my brain is like totally not working because Caper had a stuffy nose all night long. And like, I didn't sleep like at all because he just kept finding me no matter where I went to hide to try to sleep. So I'm like, wait, what are we talking about now?
How many times did you guys wake up last night?
Oh my gosh, so many. I would say like at least 10 times last night.
Shut up.
Murdered me last night. Like murdered me every time. And I kept like hiding from him. He's like, Mom, where did you go? Like, just stay with your dad. Just stay with him. He can sleep through you. I cannot sleep through your.
So it's not that he didn't have a cuddle partner. He wanted you.
He wanted me. And normally dad is fine. But for some reason, I think, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling well. 10, like 7, 8, 9, 10 times. That's like a lot.
I just wasn't even sleeping. Like it was just, well, also I wake up so easily. So if he makes any noise at all, which a lot of it was just this, and then you just move and touch me and roll over on me and like slap me in the face, or I was like, oh, okay. And then also we've had the skunk experience at my house where Brenda's dog got attacked by a skunk. So one of the rooms smells like skunk right now. So I went in. It's been a little bit of a fiasco over here. So
that's an adventure, but then lots of content for this podcast. Yeah. So Tania, it's, we can call it a circus over there in a good way. So Tania is also the owner / manager / queen of the Dangle House.
Yes, the Dangle House, the giant egg in my backyard. But
yeah, so she's got
got very on board.
Yeah. Yeah. Bo, her husband, got real excited and they built a huge rig in the backyard, and she now teaches on it and has all of us train sometimes, and she rents it out for people who need space for training and teaching and productions. But so she's got people coming in and out of the backyard, and our friend Brenda, who was on the podcast last year, she's our good friend that choreographs now for that lovely woman, Carrie Underwood. It left my brain for a second.
I feel you. Cool.
So Brenda has this awesome dog, and the dog got just sprayed in the face by a skunk. Like,
yeah,
full on
while she was out there just training. There's a lot of wildlife because of where we are, and I always know there's skunks out there, but this is the first time anyone's been sprayed by the skunk. So it was bad. I always in my mind thought that skunk smell would be so bad. Like, how bad can it be? It's been bad. Like,
it's bad. And it's in your house because you guys, it was too cold to spray the dog down with the outside hose, because you could also, it would be okay if it was outside, but then you could bring warm water.
Yeah.
But the cold hose, it's just like, it's not humane. So now it's in your house, but it's okay because it'll be gone in a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, I think so. It's way worse for Brenda. Like, it is like in her hands. Like, she can't get the smell out of her hands. So she's just smelling herself, like can smell it all the time. So it's definitely not as bad for me. Like, I am not having.
I would be like, if it was in my hands, I'd be gagging all the time.
I think she is. And she's very smell sensitive, like scent sensitive, It's so bad.
Poor Brenda. There's also, shares a lot, like the lot right next has horses. And so she's got beautiful horses, like neighing and like.
It's wonderful. Yeah. And there's like goats out there, and sometimes there's a random chicken or pig. We had a chicken that used to visit us all the time that was super cute.
When I used to teach there during the pandemic, because it's outdoors, so I moved my class out there for a little while, and it would like and we were like, thanks. So that is her life. That is her life now. She's in LA, we're freelancers. And I don't know if you would enjoy the term I'm going to give you. You're like the queen freelancer, if you ask me.
Queen freelancer.
Queen T.
Oh my gosh. That's
Queen Tania.
It's so
in LA.
It's so funny how I don't think that anyone ever thinks that they're like on at the top of their game, whatever their game is, I'm always just like, oh,
Yeah.
so much more. But I'm like, oh, I'm doing enough. Like, you're fine, Tania. You're doing enough.
Because I think it's easy to be kind of that for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But you have managed to do this for like somewhere around 20 years.
Yeah.
So like even taking a break to have your kid, because it's especially in LA, it's not like a single tier skill set. It's like what it turned out to be for you as I'm watching you. With Tania, what has happened in her career, she became just good at all the pockets, meaning like she is now very, very skilled at rigging, and she understands more than your average, just aerial artist. So she can rig, she can do the site surveys, she can do all that stuff. And then over time, she has gotten, because of necessity, I think, good at a bazillion apparatuses.
A bazillion. It's about a bazillion. Yeah.
I mean, let's count. Silks, obviously. Hammock.
To count. Yeah. It's
hammock, Lyra, double loop span set, cube,
heart, net, Spanish web, aerial pole.
No, you just did a gig on an engagement ring. Which is basically a hoop, but then it's really hard to navigate. Yeah. You can do, because there's a lot of extra things happening. A moon, I'm sure, at some point.
Steve Gale makes a lot of interesting apparatuses.
A chandelier.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, chandelier, anchor, dar.
Single hand loop, obviously.
Oh, yeah, it's awful. A lot of terrible things, terrible ideas. I decided to make an aerial apparatus out of just a stick of truss for a while.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. That's never been booked, but
mini hoop, which is like how diameter of just your waistline, basically,
I can fit my
enough to get your hips
just through it. Yeah, it's pretty small. Yeah, so many things. I'm like, yeah, because I had one piece that I built, and I literally bought the car that I had for so long, my Honda Element. I bought it because this piece slid perfectly inside and it wouldn't fit in anything else. And I then did not use it for like 8 years. I think I've used it now 3 times. And I had this thing built maybe 12 years ago. So it doesn't always work out, my big plans for things that I think I'm going to book so much. And then they're like, well, could you just do silk?
Lollipop hoop?
Oh my gosh, so much lollipop.
Tania books, like, okay, they want it's a corporate event, blah, blah, blah. They want this theme. They want this apparatus. And I think what has happened over necessity, because I cannot tell you the amount of times we've gotten like a video chat or a group text where Tanya's like, so they want this and a wig. And like just add all the random shit you can think of. And that's what they want. And she makes it happen, and she choreographs it and sometimes casts it. Maybe they want for Aerialist. She casts it. She choreographs. She rehearses it. She deals with the motors. She deals with the lines, the rigging, all the things. So along with her being so talented and beautiful up there, I think the word's versatile. That's the word. That's the word we're looking for.
I'm like being good enough at there's things that I'm really good at, but there's a lot of things that I'm just like, I know that I could put something together, be interesting on it. And like with rigging too, like I know what my limits are. I know what to look for, but then I also completely know when I need to bring someone else in, which is often because it's just a lot to have to wear too many hats if you're also performing. Yeah. So it's kind of that balance of constantly being like, okay, am I wearing too many hats right now? Like, do I need to pass something off to someone else so that I'm not, because aerial is something that takes so much focus. So just keep reminding myself that I need to, if I'm also performing, I can't do too many other things.
When you're performing, I want to say 75% of the time on these gigs, right? Yeah. Also, if you want to add another category to the versatility, she over time, she's also a partner aerialist. So she has a female partner, Brenda. And when Brenda is not available, sometimes she partners with Rachel. You and Rachel look scary alike from up far, by the way.
Yeah, which is really fun. It's never something we realized until we did a couple jobs together and they started announcing us as like the twins. And we're all, oh. And people started asking us if we were twins on jobs. We're like, what? This has not been...
Well, because you guys do not look alike close up, but like from far away, your body, your hair, like you guys look the same.
That's funny.
Legit. Yeah. And Brenda's, that's not the case. Brenda's this like fiery red hair. Rachel and T are both like dirty blondes. Well, sometimes depending on what job.
Various degrees of blonde.
Various degrees of blonde. So you've had, Brenda mostly, and then Rachel sometimes, and then Antonio sometimes. Like sometimes you're partnering with Antonio, who is our male aerialist friend. They do gigs together, and then sometimes Terry Beeman shows up sometimes, and
I've been a bit of a whore with the male aerialists. Like I've worked with a lot of men.
Oh yeah, and
Max was my OG partner.
Yes.
Yeah, Sasha Fedorchev is amazing. Brett, I filled in for Rachel when she was pregnant, so I work with Brett sometimes.
Brett Womack.
I'm sure I'm missing somebody super important. But yeah, lots of floating around with the men. And that one job, so one of my most dream job moments was when I got asked to cast, was it 11 men and my
for Taylor Swift.
For the Billboard Music Awards. I was like, wait, you want me to be in the air with I get to find 11 men and me?
That was pretty sweet.
I was like, yes, I will do that. It's going to be hard to find that many male aerialists, but it was amazing. It was so fun.
But at the end of the day, everybody that you found, it was very oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it was super fun. It was just nice. Because also for the guys, there's just not as much work for guys,
Oh yeah. It's such a great opportunity because they just they're just as good and there's just not as much opportunity, this is maybe the one or two fields that is true for even a white man. Yeah.
I think with Cirque du Soleil, I think that there's more. I've heard that there's more men often in shows than women, at least now. So I think for Cirque, it's better. But for Freelance, usually people are just looking for pretty girls. That's kind of.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. And then for that one, if you watch these things, or maybe I'll link it in the show notes, it was the one where it was all men in these pastel suits with ties and with umbrellas as the apparatus.
Yeah.
That versatility in LA, I think, is number one, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and being kind of on top of things, you have to be on top of so many more details when you're freelancing a lot, and asking questions and knowing what to ask and kind of showing up with extra stuff just in case. Because when you get there, they're like, oh, you have a 25-foot ceiling, and you get there and you have a 10-foot ceiling. And you're like, okay, we're going to adapt and make this work and do something totally different now. I feel like there's a lot more of the thinking about all the things you need to be prepared for.
Well, and the jobs are so diverse from each other.
Yes.
If you have a club gig versus a wedding, versus a big church show, there's just so many different cultural culture of the gig scenarios. And I feel some of my students who are very talented, who are now stepping their toe into this LA working aerialist world, they step their toe in and they realize all the things they don't know very quickly.
Yeah.
They realize that, oh, I don't know a thing about rigging. I don't own that apparatus that they're asking me for. Well, I've trained on silks for 5 years, but now they just want hoop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is the reason why it takes so long in LA to really establish yourself because you have to create all those skill sets. And Tania just, she has adapted so well over time, kept her own skill set high over time. And then I think the last piece, which in LA is just crucial, people want to work with her. Like, you can't be a dick.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be pleasant to work with, and you have to be really good at people.
Yeah.
So, so this is Tania. I said we were going to go in the beginning of your career, but I totally skipped that whole thing. But I do want to go back because it is no longer open, but Hollywood Aerial Arts is where kind of the professional LA world was kind of started. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, I mean, there was only one other space where you could take aerial classes when Hollywood Aerial Arts started. So,
and what year was that, T?
Okay, so it was Dream Circus before me. And I started in 2000, where are we now? Was it 2003? 2003 is when I started.
Oh my God, this is your 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, it is.
Are we going to party?
We should party. Let's totally party.
What part of the year did you start?
Good question. I don't remember. I'm going to have to look back. I just always remember that I just remember it was 2003. And that's when I started like taking class, and I was hired to do a show there. But then it became Hollywood Aerial Arts like in 2005, I believe. And then that's when like I was like fully like running things with Ray. So it was, but at the time it was fun because, you know, it was before all the things we have like Instagram and everything where you can see everything. So it just felt like this very cool place because everybody was there creating new things, and it felt very full of energy and fun. And so many amazing people came out of that space. And like so many of the close friends I have are just students of mine from that time because it was such an intense time. I was just teaching all the time. Like I would teach for 4 hours in the morning, and then we would prep to go perform somewhere. And then we do like an after hours nightclub after that, and then stay to de-rig, and then wake up in the morning and do it again. Like it was like intense time. It was intense how much we were doing. And yeah, just, it was fun. Like Terry Beeman was there, and Max, and I'm like trying to think of all the people who were teaching at the time. Joe Pinzon was in and out. Yeah, just, it felt like a very magic time in terms of like how different things are now. Then all of a sudden there was just like a million aerial schools and so many other places to go. It really changed things. But I'm grateful for that time.
Yeah, Sarah Mnosky started training there at the very beginning. Mm-hmm. Leslie Vaughn, our friend circle kind of birthed it there. Yeah. I would take a little bit. Meredith started there. Meredith Ostrowski, who's now
Magic
in the air at Magic Mike. We're so happy about that.
L'Oreal started there.
L'Oreal started there. Laurel Hennington, she was on the podcast a couple months ago.
All the super cool people that started there, lots of them.
You know, this is the LA world, very different from other cities, you know, but at the same time, we're one of the bigger markets. So I think it's relevant to talk about. And when did that studio close, Tania?
Oh, okay.
I know. I know you didn't get any sleep. I'm asking you
all
dates.
These numbers. Okay, so I think I left the school in 2015. Is that right? 2015. I don't know. It was maybe a couple of years after that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it's hard because like the market changed so much. Like it changed from being like the only school to being one of so many.
In LA, we have a freelance market and we have TV, film, and stage because and most of us, we kind of have more of a dancer aerial vibe than like a circus vibe, just because that's kind of the world we live in. Yeah. One of my favorite times watching T in like, if you blink, you miss her.
Often how it goes.
Little Mermaid Live, which Laurel Hennington choreographed, and you were a starfish.
Was a starfish.
Were you a sponge or something? What was the other one?
I was like a sailor. We got a web sailor moment. Starfish. Was there something else that I did in that? I don't know,
but I was like, are you a coral? I don't know what it was, but she was in this kind of days long rehearsal process, and we would chat, and she'd be like, the wires are so close to each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There was so many cues and so much happening, and like, very, very like tight sliding into the wing, like in my like giant starfish costume, and then swinging out into scenery because they, cues will change, and then they were having to make quick changes. And because I was kind of in the background, like I wasn't the main character who was like the Little Mermaid, so that's obviously more important to focus on and be like the starfish swinging in the background. Which all got totally dialed in and wonderful, but
it's totally fine. But like the thing that I think might get missed is that like when you're doing aerial at the studio, like you're in the air, there's no limitations on how much you can swing or orbit, whatever. When you're on a gig like that, it's like if you can't control your body, you're going to run into a human, a plant.
Yeah. Well, and when you're on a track,
like a 2x4,
they're just catapulting you. You have no, I can do whatever I want to my body at that point, but I just was getting like flung, but obviously still had to stay tight and not get out of control. But I was being swung a little bit. It was just funny. Like, I just thought the whole thing was, I'm like, I am now a starfish swinging into scenery. That's what I'm doing right now.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminded me of at the time. So, in Beetlejuice?
Yes.
When they're in the office of the dead, and then that thing just slides into the wall.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I'm going to pull that up.
Yes. That's exactly what my life.
That's Tania. Like
it was like, honestly, one of the most fun, like being a starfish was so freaking fun. Like I loved it. I had such a good time. It was a blast. But also Beetlejuice is funny because like the dance scene at the end where she's floating in the air, when I was a kid, that's like all I wanted to do. And it's basically
I know.
So it's great.
It's basically now what you do. Also, with staying with the theme, I went to Tokyo Disney with our friend Meredith, and we went to see The Little Mermaid at Tokyo Disney. And Tania and Meredith,
yes,
are in The Little Mermaid Tokyo Disney
every day,
every single day. The way, because it's in the ride, it's in the show. So, anyways, I would also hear like how they shot this. They had these bicycle seats that would be underneath the ladies that were in a harness and a tail.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole gig was more acting.
Yeah, like lips, Japanese and moving.
So let's talk about versatility. You had to learn how to lip sync Japanese and as you're performing in a harness, doing particular on count choreography.
Yeah,
that is more challenging than you would ever think, I think. Also, if you've ever been harnessed long enough, you know that it's really painful on your pubic.
Yeah, especially when your legs are squeezed together with a tail and the extra weight of a tail. It was a lot, but it was also friggin' awesome. But yeah, it was a lot. The bicycles.
The payoff is big though, because you are being played over and over and over. It's not like it's just like one time.
And it was super fun. And then I got to go out and like, they brought me out to help them with the flight system for the show itself in Japan. So I got to fly out on 2 different occasions and work on that show, which was so fun because I had worked at Tokyo Disney when I was like 20 and 21 as a princess. So I got to go back and like see people I knew and like totally reminisce and fly on this incredible system that Tate created with, I can't remember how many winches, like the most winches they've ever used to fly one person ever.
Well, because the theater itself is not that big, and the Little Mermaid actor / aerialist gets into the harness, and they just fly her around a small room. And normally you would just do one flight path or two, but she goes back and forth and across, and
they have little tiny motors that are keeping you from swinging, and like it was really intricate, that process. And super cool. So like choreography and lip singing also in Japanese, a lot. The girls that have to learn that track, it is so much fast.
Let me see. Do you want to say hi to Tania?
Hi, Will and May. Hi.
I've been here a long time and I was here.
I'm so good. How are you? I know I haven't seen you in a long time.
I was here a long time in the morning, so I waked up.
Really?
Do you miss going to Tanya's house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to come up?
I want to play Rachel home.
At Rachel's home?
No, at your
my
home.
Yeah.
Bean loves going to Tanya's house because of them, but mostly because they have so many toys.
I want to play the ice cream toy and the tea toy.
And the tea toy?
The ice cream, and then do we have the tea? that little coffee, that little squishy coffee thing. That
like a favorite of quite a few children. That has been like the hot ticket toy. I know, it's a teacup that you squeeze and a cat comes out.
Yes. Yeah. What else do you want to play with? You want to play with Elsa?
Elsa.
They have an Elsa too. Sorry, and then also most recently she was dancing and doing aerial for Carrie Underwood in Vegas, which you're going back to in June, right?
Yeah, which is great. I love it. I love that's coming up. It's such a fun thing to have on the calendar. It's like the most amount of time that I can handle being away from Caper and like managing childcare.
I was doing aerial last night before I was doing nighttime from
you were doing aerial last night?
Flips.
I want to ask 2 questions before we wrap for the day, okay? So let's start with give me like your favorite top favorite gigs ever. And then I would love to hear your top unfavorite, but we're not going to go there. And then, because that's a longer list. And then I want to talk about, the caper. I want to talk about that balancing act with the momming and the gigging and stuff. But let's do the top fave.
One of my favorite jobs was Country Music Awards. Like, I can't remember how many years ago that was, but it was with Brenda Hamilton and Laura Sheehy. And Laura Sheehy brought us in. And that's also how we started working with Barry Lather, who brought Brenda in to do Carrie Underwood. The Carrie Underwood job has been really epic. So it's just it's like the perfect balance for me of doing like a long-ish show where I'm actually repeating a show over and over again, like in a big space, like concert. It's great without having to go on like a long tour. One of the biggest jobs I got to do that was kind of one of those pinnacle jobs was with Cirque du Soleil. Brenda and I did duo straps with for the Pan America opening ceremonies. And that was like really epic. And the other aerialists we worked with on that were just incredible humans who I've stayed in touch with and were just really, really talented and fun to work with.
It's really cool to watch the whole process with you, T, and also watching you balance everything with Caper. Let's talk about that, even when he was young too.
I was surprised, I guess. I knew parenting was going to be a big ask, but I didn't realize how much it was going to like take on, in terms of energy. But finding that balance again and realizing how important it is to continue doing what I love to do, like teaching and performing. Because, in the early days, it's the childcare thing. Like, it's like, how do you find time to put the energy into everything you were doing before when you're also needing to have full care of a child? So I found that to be hard at first. Like, I'd be like, oh, I just won't teach as much and I will just stay home and watch Caper all the time. And I was like, okay, that's not going to work. I need to balance that out a bit more. So I feel like finding the balance of being a mom for me and having kind of dedicated time for myself to do aerial has been important for me. And everyone's so different each kid is so different, I think. Caper is freaking wonderful. And he's also very needy is the right word.
Aren't all kids?
They are.
As you see.
Mommy.
Hi, babe.
Mommy.
But he's been
Mommy,
so
you
wonderful.
can't do
And it's
that.
made me really learn how to be so efficient with my time.
Mommy.
Aw, hi, Willa May. Hi.
Yeah, we go over to tease whenever we can and go play with all the toys.
Mm-hmm. It's been like constantly evolving. Like I'm sure you know, like with each age, it's just a different kind of thing to navigate in terms of energy with all of it, like kind of keeping on top of all the things. Because once I think I have Caper figured out, then like he changes and he grows and he's a different person. I feel very, very fortunate to have a situation where I'm able to train at home and like keep up with things and also get to have him with me a lot. Like I love.
And also have that community coming to you. I mean, it's a lot to manage too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
To have the Dangle House, but Tania's husband's a doctor, so he works a lot of hours. He works
a lot. Yeah.
He works a lot of hours, so she has to figure it out on a daily basis. And now that Caper's in school, you got some breathing room, but you know.
Yeah. And he loves school, which is great. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like getting him into things now. Like he's taking a swim class and he just started taking a hip hop class last week and he really liked it. So that's really super fun to watch. He also, when he comes to see me perform, he'll be like, Mom, how do I get up there? How do I get up there? Oh, okay. I'm like, I can relate. That's how I felt as a kid too.
And I have to say, Caper is very, very generous with sharing his toys.
Is.
Bean will go over there and be territorial about his toys, which I can't imagine is easy for a 5-year-old kid. He's very gracious.
Yeah. But
he does have his limits, though.
Yes. I'm gracious.
After a while, he's like, I think I'm done.
Yeah, he's really funny about spending time with other kids because all of a sudden he'll just be like, yeah, you guys can go home now. He does it with everybody. Like they'll be here for a while.
I'm done.
And then he stayed with my sister and her 2 kids for a little bit when we went on a trip to France. And when we came back, we FaceTimed them and he's just like, look, I'm the only kid here. Like his cousins, like just so proud of the fact that he's the only kid. Yeah. Definitely.
It's his domain.
It is.
Because I will bother him.
Oh, well, T, I'm so happy that this happened.
Yeah, me too.
Tania, thank you so much for being here. Let's go do a play date soon. Yeah, you guys, I hope you had so much fun listening. And if you check the show notes, you can check out all that is fun, new, and exciting with Wrap Your Head Around Silks. You guys, I work on it constantly, and I just hope I'm bringing you guys awesome products and amazing free resources. I want to hear more. If you let me know what you guys want, I will try to rise to the occasion. Thank you so much to Asa Watkins, sound engineer / baby daddy, and honor me with a 5-star rating and review. You guys just smash that 5 stars. Give me a sentence. It means the world. You guys don't know how much it means to me to fill up my website with social proof. Not lying, but I still also appreciate it in my soul. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. This is the Expecting Aerialist with Digitint podcast. All right, guys, over and out.
Great. Probably talking to you both of you.
And I'm sure we'll come over for a little play date. Bean, you want to say goodbye to T?
We had to go by your house and so I can play the toys.
Okay. That sounds great.
Yeah.
I would love to have you over.
I will play the ice cream toy I want to play the Elsa doll or the bed or the shoe.
Okay.
She remembers that a shoe is missing from the Elsa doll.
Oh. Yeah, that's the only problem with having a lot of toys is things kind of get all jumbled up and not put back properly.
We find the other one.
Yeah, we'll find. I don't know if we're gonna find the other Elsa shoe, but we're gonna try.
Yeah, we'll try
next time. We'll try. All right, T. Have an amazing day. Maybe get a nap.
I know I'm so tired. Like, oof, it's a good idea. Maybe I'll try.
Go get a nap.
I'm wrecked.
It's good. But we did it. See, we did it.
We finally did it.
She's not gonna get a nap. She's waking up.
I'm just waking up.
She says you don't need a nap. You're woke.